What's going on, guys? It's your boy Zero. I am not gonna lie, I'm feeling a bit under the weather, but that is not going to stop me from making some Thunder Bay content. Now, we are in a bit of a losing spell. We did get an overtime win against the Tampa Bay Lightning in our previous game that I simmed, but if you look at the game just a day before that, we gave up 9 goals to the Montreal Canadiens. We're hoping to not give up that amount to the Boston Bruins in this one at home in the Thunderdome, but things have not been going away, so who knows what's going to happen. Let's just try and score more goals than them and see how it works out. Really have to say that being sick is very fun. At least the first stage of sickness, I suppose, since we're going to win that face-off and hopefully figure out what to do here. But the first stages of sickness are very fun. That's basically where I'm at right now. Certainly love it, because it's just like your body doesn't like itself, That's basically the only way I can describe it, as we're just looking to get this puck out of our defensive zone here. And yep, cannot do that, Pavel Zacha. That's a quick goal. This seems to be a long day ahead of us, as that was not the way to get it done. Yeah, I'm not exactly sick, but it's slowly creeping up on me, I feel. Just laid in bed for a good bit of the day. Maybe that was a mistake. I don't know. I can't say. Can we grab that puck, please? Thank goodness that we can. Never mind, as Pasternak's so good, you're just going to keep on making stops. We're going to freeze that puck and just try our damnedest to not let another goal in. Why? Okay, as I'm certainly feeling the why right now. Body's just kind of got the chills going on. Voice hasn't changed, though, as I'm certain you all can tell, but we'll see how it continues to affect me. Not sure if I'll continue posting like daily or whatnot, but I'll hopefully figure this out. As Ragnarsson puts a shot on net, that's stopped by Swayman. It could be Olmark, actually. I believe that is Olmark instead. And there's a face-off. It's over to Lindholm, over to Charlie Coyle, not to be confused with Will Coyle. Could be Cooley, could be Coyle. I've called him Coyle for... Oh, god damn it. We immediately make a bad pass. I've called him Coyle for this entire series so far. 30 games, he's been Coyle, so he's not going to be Cooley, despite what James Cebulski says. He is Coyle, and he's here to stay. Can we defend against their Coyle? A delayed penalty. What happened there, guys? Interference. Brett Murray, you can't do that, my friend. Not fun. As... Okay. You're good. We're good. Not entirely sure, if I should even attempt to be commentating on things that are happening in the game, in these games anymore. Because you can see what's going on. Lauko is going to get hammered there, which is certainly not good. Not where I was trying to go to with that puck. Not going to matter too much. Just defend, please, Regula. I mean, it's a thing of and that's going to barely sneak through Nemesnikov. Oh no. Why? I can't keep saying why, because that's just a classic thing to say, why is this happening? Why is that? But, so we want another face-off here. We have to get some form of offense going. Grab that puck back. Skate the blue line. Slap shot, that's not going to go anywhere. Pisani, and we immediately trip up a guy. So, 2 CPU penalties, which is phenomenal, so we're probably going to go 3-0 down here very shortly. That's the exact position you want to be in. Oh, good lord. I did say in the last video that I was recording this during the Four Nations face-off, which, I mean, it still is the same. Basically, no games are being played today, I don't believe. Finland got crushed by America, which is, I suppose, the thing that I did predict. Kakinen, fire that puck, lad, you have to. Gotta get a shot through right there. Akil Thomas hold on that one. That is an immediate loss of possession, and we have to get back on defense. Yeah, I did figure that Finland would be the weakest in terms of the nations at the Four Nation face-off, and that's no slight against Finland at all. They have some fantastic key pieces to their team, but it does at points at times just seem like things are going to work out for them. If we just kind of keep cycling the puck here, then good things could potentially happen. But yeah, Finland just, despite them having a darn good defensive pairing and a good couple of guys, I believe Haskinen's injured, which isn't really good for them for obvious reasons. He's probably their number one defenseman. Actually, he is definitely their number one defenseman, but it's just this kind of thing of you figure that they're not going to get fired, right? With this, they might not even win a game. They could like go to overtime in one of them, but with how that first game was played, as we are just trying to get some offense going at the moment, you would kind of figure, right, that they're not going to be like the favorites coming out of anything. They have a good goaltender in Saros, have Rantanen, as we are getting some good goaltending of our own right now from Sogo right there, but for how much longer will that be the case? Get some good pieces in Rantanen. It's bad when like I can only name 2 players on your team, you know, and you're supposed to be like the elite of the elite in terms of like NHL talent. For whatever reason, Matt Zuccarello is the guy coming to mind for Finland, but he's Norwegian, so that's just a false statement as we're going to look to get this puck up with Isaac Phillips. Almost immediately lose said puck. I thought Grants would be skating most into the slot. I take him in right there. Zaka's going to put that one. Oh, we're going to get lucky enough. Hopefully try and flip that puck out. Beckman just continue putting the pressure on. That I thought would have been offside. Never freaking mind then, I suppose. Phillips. What are we going to do here is I'm just trying to get Howard Grants off the puck. Apparently Tyler Angle is playing in this game. Not sure if someone is injured for us. I should probably know that, being the quote-unquote head coach here. Graham Clark, you're right freaking there, my friend. Like, just grab the puck, dude. That can't be a thing of, like, you just get stuck in this weird animation of, like, trying to grab the puck on the wall and it's never there. You're going to go ahead and get this one up. Slap shot, not going to get through or even attempted, really, I suppose, as Mason Marchman is on the Boston Bruins. I suppose it's not all that weird considering that last year, not David Pastrnak, who's the freaking, Patrice Bergeron was on the Buffalo Sabres last year. Best line of that one's fired wide. He had a bit of an opening there, my friend. Just could not quite get that one to go. Isaac Phillips, however, is going to bring us back to within 1. Yeah, don't know why I said Pastrnak at all, as he's also not going to be in the Four Nations face-off. I mean, I understand that why they do the Four Nations face-off is supposed to be a thing like, oh yeah, like these games quote-unquote matter now. I suppose instead of like being like an all-star game when no one's really trying all that much. But it's, I still like an all-star game, you know? It's, oh god, defend please. It's one of those things of like, I feel that it takes away from like, players, just like milestones and career achievements and stuff like that, of like, well, you're looking for a Four Nations face-off thing, right? But, like, where's that really going to show up? You know, you're gonna have just like the one page for it on Wikipedia of like, oh yeah, this was a thing that like happened in 2025 for whatever reason. I'm not sure if this is going to be a thing of like the way forward with it. I mean, I certainly do like the fact that these teams do want to win these games, as is shown by like the close battles that we're having. Would have said, it's a relatively close battles. If we can get this puck the hell out of the zone, that would be nice. Because Canada and Sweden went to overtime in that game, which, okay, we got to make a better pass than that, Ragnarsson. They went to a overtime. It was 4-3. Sidney Crosby, by the way, still has never lost a game as Captain Canada, which you'd be like, okay, yeah, that makes sense, I suppose. Where is this puck? Thank you. No, if we can, honestly, if we just keep that there, that's fine, and we'll end this period down by 1. So I'm going to go back to the Captain Canada thing, and the next period. Yeah, as we take a face-off with Sonny here to hopefully win. Crosby, and we're doing it. Crosby has never lost a game as the captain of Team Canada, which you might be thinking, like, okay, well, how many games has he played as, like, the captain? The answer is over 20. I know Canada has, like, all of the talent, you know, when it comes to hockey, considering the fact that I don't know if hockey was invented in Canada in and of itself. I would 100% just assumed it off of the top of my head. I'm just gonna say hockey is the most Canadian thing that I can think of besides maple syrup, you know, as that was also a deflection goal from Pisani, but a good save from, and I'm immediately, Linus Olmark will prevent that. Grant, what was that pass? We get tripped up. We're gonna go on the power play. Sidney Crosby as Captain Canada has never lost, okay? And you would eventually think that maybe, like, a USA team eventually would, like, take them out, or at least some form of something, you know? Hell, even Sweden, with the way that they did, in fact, play against Canada in this, tournament so far, you might think of, like, oh yeah, like, they could have, like, some talent that takes, Crosby and his boys out, but not happening, you know? Which is just a testament to show like how good of a player Sidney Crosby is, which we all knew. I feel like when he even was coming out of I don't know if he did play for Rimouski. I don't think he did, but when he was coming out of junior, it was a thing like he was anointed the next one and everything like that, which is certainly he certainly is living up to the moniker. You know, nobody's gonna be Gretzky, and that certainly is fine. You know, I mean, who knows what is going to happen, as that's another good save by Olmark. We're just slapping this puck everywhere, and he is not giving us an inch. Gretzky's record for goals will probably be broken this year. I mean, I think Ovechkin's only around, he's less than, not less than 50, he's less than 20 away right now, but it's still incredible to think about, like, the achievements that that man did. You know, as we won another face-off, that's a shot stopped by Olmark Ragnarsson. Go ahead and grab up that one. Play the one over the coil, slap shot, that's wide. Again. Maybe stepping, it's like a Sven Ragnarsson, there you go. High, can't say ball game, puck game. Puck game doesn't sound correct, though, when you really think about it. As he doesn't really, like, deke around anyone, but he just makes, like, a good enough shot. It deflects off of someone in front, not sure who, as he finds the leaderboards to be tied 4th in goals, and we are going to need every single point that we can get out of that man right there. Gotta just, okay, that's not gonna be icing because the goaltender is gonna have to make a stop, which is nice. Kali, slap shot fired. Vesalian, oh, that puck pops up in the air for a bit, but Zach Parise at like 38 is apparently still in the league. I suppose I shouldn't be too surprised because Ryan Suter is also still in the league currently. The actual NHL. I'm not sure about like real life Zach Parise, but here he is indeed playing for the Boston Bruins. Yeah, that's just weird. I suppose best line and fire that one Olmark as we're gonna go for another freeze, another face-off in the offensive zone, which we have actually been winning a couple. That is nice. Yeah, Gretzky is the undoubted GOAT. Before him it was Gordie Howe, but he, I won't say quickly supplanted Gordie Howe, but it didn't take like all that long, you know, for this next kid to come along and just immediately make that, oh god damn it guys, bad pass. For this like kid to come along and just immediately establish himself as like the new face of the league. You don't necessarily, as we lose the puck, you don't necessarily see that too often in like other sports of like immediately just like the great, oh god damn it. Deflections don't go away. Soccer with a second in the game. You don't immediately see that, you know? Or like faces of the league taking form and stuff. I suppose with like the NBA, you had Michael Jordan, who was that guy for so long, and then you had Kobe, who eventually fed into LeBron, who is somehow still playing at like his age, which is just phenomenal. And I don't necessarily know who the current face of the NBA is right now. I suppose it is still LeBron James. It was Steph Curry for a good bit. That man completely changed the way the game is played, as like every team is just taking like 20 plus threes a game now because of him. So like people would quickly realize, you know, for whatever reason, that threes are in fact larger, that threes are larger number than two. You know, and if you got a guy that can shoot the 3-ball as well as him, then he's probably going to be very, very valuable for you, as Sergey's going to make that stop. We're going to get this puck up with Regula. Not sure how and where, though. Alec, get something. Skate, fire that one. Just continue doing what you're doing. I suppose Wembanyama is like the new guy in terms of the NBA, of like the guy that is going to take over, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is currently, I suppose, like that guy right now, because he's in like the conversation for MVP talks at the moment. Personally, I still think it should go to Nikola Jokic, who I suppose is also like currently a face of the league, but the NBA it's not like a weird time or nothing, but it's certainly in a weirder time, is what I'm going to say, where you don't necessarily have like that one guy that's putting butts in seats constantly, right? But, okay, this Dylan Coughlin's gonna just completely screw up our day. Yeah, you have like multiple guys who are like faces of franchises and stuff. You don't necessarily have like that face of the league guys. We're gonna just try and it's not. Oh God, Trent. Got that one off Collie. Slap shot. That's not getting through. That's deflected by a stick. I mean, the NBA's got multiple guys, you know, and Jokic, I can't really anoint the face of the league right now because it's a thing of he isn't like a very emotional guy. He doesn't play with like his heart out there every single day. Tyler freaking Angle, way to get back into the lineup, my friend. Supplant yourself. First goal of the season. We are now tied yet again. Jokic, back to that, is just more into like Serbian thing. What even is a Serbian thing really? Like, the man was drafted during a Taco Bell advert, I believe. So no one really knew who he was, and now he's just this, like, he's a 6'10", 7-foot monster, right? That just, like, makes the most insane passes, drops, like, a triple-double every night, it appears. Like, nobody was really doing that, for so long. Westbrook was that guy that was doing it for a bit, but I just don't really know, you know? The NFL is Patrick Mahomes. They've anointed him. That's what it is. So many people are annoyed that he was in the Super Bowl this year, myself included somewhat. What's that? Forwarding McAvoy, he's off. We'll take another power play. Hopefully going to score a second power play goal this game. Who knows? Mahomes is that guy. He took over for Brady. Has not really had too much like a big challenge. Only 3 quarterbacks have beaten him in the playoffs. That's Burrow, Brady, and most recently just Jalen Hurts now, actually. So, as we're gonna actually go on a 5-on-3 here. Jesus. So he's kind of really only had Burrow and Josh Allen to contend with for like control of the AFC. Because right now the AFC just runs through Kansas City, which a lot of people don't like, but you just gotta beat him, you know? That's basically what it is. Allen gets it done in the regular season. He's never lost a regular season matchup to him, but we just gotta figure out how to get something going on offense. This will be your last little rush, I suppose. Lauco! Good opportunity at the end there. Maybe. Play that one. Wow. Lauco. Oh, goodness. Whistle blows. Puck's in the back of the net. Not gonna count. Waving it off. 3-3 at the end of the second. As we shall continue this 5-on-3 attack on the power play that we have going. Yeah, Allen's beaten Mahomes in the regular season every single time he's played him, but the playoffs are just a hump that he cannot seem to overcome right now. I'm sure a lot of Buffalo fans are upset about that, but it's the full falls of Buffalo in the 80s and 90s, I believe, and now it's the full falls of Buffalo in the 2020s when it comes to just the divisional round and Coyle. The divisional round and just the AFC Championship game. 2 in the divisional, 2 in the championship. Cannot get by him. Back to hockey now. Gretzky, my goodness, that man was incredible. I'm not sure if this format of me just like knowing a commentator is going to work out, you know? Who knows? I'm going to keep doing this style for the time being. Can you not hit your own guy with a slap shot, Schwint? I would appreciate that. Gretzky is, no matter what anyone says, the most, not, I don't want to say skilled player, but he knew like what he had when it came to the NHL, right? Like, he was a smaller guy, so he relied on his speed and stick handling and stuff like that. in a time where goaltenders like didn't. That's gonna be an icing. I'm not even gonna try and go for that. In a time where guys just like didn't. In a time where goaltenders like never just went down. You know, it was always stand-up play. So many rules had to be added because of Gretzky. You know, the whole entire trade was the biggest deal of all time, and that proved that nobody in the history of the NHL was considered untouchable, despite what like teams will tell you, like, no, you can't have this guy, like he's our best freaking player. If Gretzky got traded, you can bet your ass is gonna be on the block eventually, you know? Gretzky was the fastest player to 1,000 points and the second fastest player to 1,000 points when he got to his 2,000 point. Nobody else in the history of the NHL even has 2,000 points. I think Jagr is the current second closest in terms of points, and he's, I think, 150 out. And Jagr played forever in the NHL. Matter of fact, he's still playing for Kladno in Czechia. The guy, oh my goodness, the guy just won't stop playing. He's 50. He's continuing to play. I think he played until he was 43 in the NHL? I could be completely wrong. That's going to be another icing, I think. Unless, no, it's another icing. But Gretzky was insane, dude. That they had to give like coincidental penalties as a thing. That had to be a rule that was created because like he would just take advantage of the 4-on-4 space basically with less guys on the ice. That's the only rule I can really think of that Gretzky implemented, but he's just like the most influential guy in the game of hockey. The number 99 cannot be worn by anybody in the freaking league because of him. As was the number 8 by Gordie Howe could be like the same thing, but you don't really see too many guys rocking the number 8 that I can think of off the top of my head, as we are getting lucky that we are still in this game. That certainly is why, as we're not grabbing hold of rebounds in these just open pucks, you know. Get up, ice block, okay. Grab that one, please. And we are just getting crushed. That glass is broken. That's not good. What other sports can I talk about? I've done NFL, I've done NBA, obviously talked about hockey, which is what I'm playing right now. MLB. Trout, I was going to say, would be the current face of the league if he wasn't constantly injured. The man, when healthy, is the absolute tip and goal, calling it off. Gonna have to wait and see, I think, for that one. But Trout, if the man is healthy, that's a good goal. We're down yet again. Trout, when healthy, is the best player in baseball. I don't care what anybody else says, you know. If he plays 120 games this season, that man should win MVP every single freaking season. Shouldn't matter. I was trying to get that one over to Pisani. He was open in the slot, and he has a heck of a shot on him. Well, dude, grab the puck, please. No, Regula, this is not good. Saka, good shot. Stop. Shot. Real quick, back-to-back goals. We've never seen this before. We're going to lose this game. That's fine. It's going to be another loss that I'm filming, but whatever. Things happen. And it's not great. Not great. Currently, Ohtani is the obvious face of the league in the MLB. Paul Skeens, who just won National League Rookie of the Year, is currently up there, you know, as a guy that's, like, becoming a superstar right now. Where is this puck freaking going? I suppose he already is a superstar in terms of just, like, Pittsburgh's fans' eyes, right, which definitely makes sense, you know, so that puck's gonna be blocked in front. How does Zaka, like, not get hurt at all? That's still, like, a decently hard slap shot coming your way, my friend. You're just fine at taking it. Hey, Mookie Betts. The Dodgers basically just have everyone when you really think about it. There's gotta be some form of something to just prevent the Dodgers from, like, not having every single good player on their team, you know? Because they can basically just, like, throw money around and not really care about it, you know? And that's what's happening. Ohtani's taking deferred payments, Betts is taking deferred payments, I think Freddie Freeman is probably taking deferred payments. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if the new kid they got, Roki Sasaki, who is supposed to be, like, the next big thing when it comes to pitching, that an angle, you gotta cover that puck, but, is taking deferred payments as well. I don't know how his rookie contract scaling is going to work. But I certainly would not be surprised if the Dodgers figured out a way to just have him make like $100 million 8 years down the road or something. But that would not shock me because that's just kind of what the Dodgers do when it comes to, man, we missed the net again. When it comes to just like the Los Angeles Dodgers. But other guys that we say luckily does not get through and in. And I'm gonna get this one up to Sven Ragnarsson. Trying to drop that one down to Murray. Not gonna happen. Thomas back to Bolduc. I was trying to go to Agula. I promise you. We trip up Parise. Ragnarsson, what are you doing? Why would you even attempt a poke check when you're behind the dude? That's dumb. That's so dumb. Ronald Acuna Jr., I think, in the MLB was that guy for 1 year, you know? He had one big year. Not one big year, I suppose, in terms of like things, but he had his MVP campaign in which he had a 40-70 season. I want to say at 40 home runs, 70. Double Duke, if you're in a better position, that could have been something. He had 70 steals, which is just a testament to like how good he is. But before that, he was like not necessarily in the MVP conversation, but like if you just look at baseball reference and stuff like that, it's a thing like, oh yeah, he finished like 8th, he was like 12th or whatever, but it never was a thing of like he was outright the best player in the league. He was always great, you know, and certainly a star, but that season just kind of proved that like he is. So we're gonna try and continue pressure, and that's not gonna happen. He was certainly good in a star, but never really would freeze that puck. Never really like lost himself into superstar status. And then he did that in 23, won the MVP, was like the best thing on the planet, and then immediately like tears something in his knee or ankle, and he's done for the year. So then somebody's got to kind of step up, and that's someone with Shohei who had a 50-50 season, I believe. Wait, oh, wow, get up the ice, I gotta... Wow, Shorty, 3 minutes remaining, we're still in this game. Second of the season for Joshua Waugh. Otani is great. Aaron Judge, his FOMO, all that dude does is hit home runs, strike out, or walk. He is a 3-2 outcome guy, which there's nothing wrong with being a 3-2 outcome guy if you are on the caliber of Aaron Judge with 3-2 outcomes. Boarding Lindholm. We're going to have a power play. Okay. We're going to get 6-on-4 for a little bit. That's beautiful. Judge just hits home runs and rakes. Last year was certainly like the year. Fans. That's not even on the power play. That's 4-on-4. So we have a power play to take the lead in the third, actually. He gets his first of the year. Oh, hell yes. I like this new strategy of just talking about bull crap now that I'm thinking about it, because we've scored very quickly, back to back. Judge just hits home runs. He does actually have like a solid batting average now that I think about it. It used to be a thing like he maybe had like a 270, which don't get me wrong, is still like an elite batting average, you know, for the MLB, especially in a league where it's like there was a classic, like, well, if you get if you fail 7 out of 10 times, you're considered like one of the greats. It's like, yeah, sure, but you'd not even like a yeah, sure, right? But oh, that's so close. You'd prefer like a guy that got on base more often, like the old Billy Bean Moneyball thing. Or like, well, I don't really care like what he does off the field. The man gets on base, and we're gonna keep him. You know, that's not like the best strategy in the world. As Coyle, let's get on that end. Big skate. Oh, Mike. Yeah. I mean, when he gets walks, I think he has like a 600 on base. He had 600 on base percentage last year, maybe. Probably not that high. That was Slater was probably 700. His on base percentage was probably 450, I think. As Ragnarsson passed that one, that's not where I wanted you to go with the puck. Yeah, not good. But like he had a chance to win the World Series. The Dodgers obviously took that from him. And now I don't know if he will ever get like another chance like that because Juan Soto is now making $700 million across the river, right? I'm not sure where the Mets Stadium is and location compared to the Yankees, but I'm going to say across the river just to kind of do that, you know? But then in the MLB, you got like other teams like well, I can't say Oakland Athletics anymore. They're going to be the Las Vegas Athletics very shortly here, as this game looks to head to overtime. Should have said that too soon. I'm hoping that I didn't. I said that way too soon. Sean. Nope. Okay, get this puck up. As they're going to Las Vegas very, very shortly. Just trying to get that one to no. The only fans, if they even have any left at this point, are chanting "Sell the team" at their home games, okay? They did a reverse protest in which they went to, like, actual games, cheered for no reason at certain players' at-bats, went completely silent for other people's at-bats. That is something that I like about baseball fans, is that they're, Thomas, where's the puck, Lauco, Thomas, they're going back for the line, it's slap shot. It's right there in front, Olmert, we shoot it right back at him. Not enough time to Deco make moves, 6 seconds, we're going to overtime, that's fine. It sucks. Yeah, Oakland, I guess I can still call them Oakland because they're in Oakland for the time being. Like, they, 2 years ago, sold off all of their best players. They would have Chapman, Olsen. I have another guy in mind that I can't think of right now, but if his name comes, I'll say it. In overtime. Mark Canna is the guy I was thinking of, by the way. Yeah, they just sell off all the players, get their Thomas. No, just get back now. Get back. Sean Grands, that's not good. Coyle, McAvoy, poked away. Coyle, up. We have a 2-on-0. Thomas puts in, rectifies his mistake. We beat the Boston Bruins. Finally. Baseball, it's amazing. Yeah, just like this win, honestly. That was a huge team effort. So good, despite letting in 5. Played phenomenally. I kind of hung him out to dry a couple of times. But we still get the win. That's what matters. You should have a salary floor in baseball, right? Like how the NHL does. It's whatever. I'm gonna just go over the stats. Grant's 2 points, just Lyon 2 points. Waugh, Thomas, Ragnarsson, Phillips, Anglin, Grants each getting goals in this one. And don't let the stats fool you, but Sogard played much better than that 848 save percentage shows. But with baseball, it's a thing of like, some teams don't spend money. I don't know, like Miami doesn't spend money. Cleveland doesn't necessarily really spend a whole lot of money when it comes to this stuff. And yet they still seem to have like one of the better rosters in the MLB somehow every year. I suppose that is just thanks to Jose Ramirez. Always, I don't want to say he's underrated because everyone says that the man's underrated, but it's kind of hard not to when it's a thing like he doesn't really get talked about nearly as much as he should. He's constantly in MVP conversations. He was 1 home run away from a 40-40 season last year. I think it was also a double away from a 1 home run and 1 double away from a 40-40-40 season last seen by Alfonso Soriano. But it's still just this thing of, like, if he's playing in New York or Los Angeles or, hell, maybe even Chicago, honestly, he would probably get, like, a lot more press recognition and stuff. If that man walks down the streets of Cleveland, he is going to get stopped 100 times out of 100, I feel. If he goes to New York or Los Angeles and like walks down the streets of LA, maybe a couple of people will recognize him. And that's nothing against him. It's just the fact that like Cleveland loves that man so much. If he loves Cleveland, he took less money to stay in Cleveland, I believe. And like people are clowning on him for that, but he wants a statue in it's not Jake anymore, what's it freaking called? Whatever. He wants a statue outside their field, or yeah, outside the field or like in the stands, you know? I've talked for way too long. Good win, 6-5 Thunder Bay over Boston. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I will do this thing of like I just talk constantly about just like random bullcrap, you know? Maybe it's going to be other sports, maybe it's what's going on in my life and stuff like that, but it led to a win for us in this one, and we certainly could use more wins on the season right now. We only have 12 points. We're 8th in the Central. That'll hopefully change coming up shortly. Who knows if it will? I certainly hope so. But If you guys did enjoy this episode, feel free to like and subscribe. But as always, I can't make you do anything you don't want to do. I will see you guys when I see you guys. Peace.